Yo, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about tips and tricks with King. I thought I should make this video because not only has it been a while since I provided cool mix-ups and setups with King, but with his recent update with the Wavoo, I thought I should give you guys examples of what you can do with King with his ability to dash now into people's faces, or even more so than before. But let's get straight into it. So now that we have, Wavoo. So one of the great things about this is when you knock your opponent down, and a great example is back to 1. So as you see, it throws the opponent away, right? A good little distance. So this is a perfect example where you can Wavoo, into his RDC or his other throw mix up with 2+3. Right, and they have to break this, right? If they stand directly up, they have to break that throw, right? And I'll show another example. I do it all the time at the wall, just because of the ender I do with the shoulder attack, right, which allows you to also just quickly crouch dash into his throw mix-up. So with the ability to be able to wave dash like this, it's a lot faster, right? Before, what I would do is I would delay it. Right, you can delay your RDC just a little bit if you just hold down forward, right? So when you do the input, it's gonna come out right. But if you do the input, the forward, neutral, down, forward, and you hold it just for a little bit, you're able to slightly, there you go. You see that? If you look on the left side, you'll see how slower. So right there, and I'm gonna do it a little bit slower. Boom, you see that? Came out 2 frames after the fact, right? Because I'm just holding down forward, then hitting 1+4 instead of just doing it all at the same time like that, right? At the fastest speed you can. So when you knock your opponent down, you'll be able to Wavoo right into that, and they would have to break that throw if they get up off the ground. So, and then also at the wall, let's go over there real quick. So at the wall, one of my favorite enders to do is jab into shoulder, and then quickly wake up with an RDC or a throw mix-up, right? Or even just, usually I'll go to RDC just because they're gonna see me, crouch, right? Which that could be a mid coming, it could be a low coming, you don't know, but it's actually going to be a high, right? The opponent most likely is just gonna stand there to try to see what I'm gonna do, and the throw is quick, right? They're coming up off the ground, so they don't have too much time to make a decision, right? So when you end like that, right, you do a jab into shoulder and quickly into a grab. Just like that. See? So it's similar just to how like we were in the open and I did back to 1 and then Wavoo into the grab, right? You just want to make sure you keep going like this, and you'll get that grab as soon as they get up off the ground. And it's such a dirty mix-up, so now that we can actually wave dash, it's going to be a lot more effective and way more quicker to grab the opponent as soon as they get up off the ground. So definitely, if you haven't, I would suggest you mixing up stuff like that, especially with that wall ender. Doing jab into shoulder will give you that Okie opportunity to get up and grab the opponent. So next, as far as just options alone, one thing that's really cool about King's wave dash is the difference between him and the other Mishimas is that when you wave dash with a Mishima and you want to do a rising move, you would have to cancel by hitting down, back, back. But with King, you don't have to. You can wave dash into any rising move, which is crazy because as you see, King's options, he has rising 2-2, right? And the first hit tracks, and you can hit confirm it, if you time it correctly. You have rising 4, right, which comes out as 11 frames. I like to throw this out. I usually manually just quickly do it from standing, right, like that. As you see on my input on the left, if you quickly do it like that, you can go from standing into wall rising 4 really fast. So with a wave dash, you can just do it. You can do rising 2, 3, 1+2, and you don't have to cancel anything. All you got to do is hit the rising button and it's gonna come out. So King has really became the new armor king. That is crazy, the fact that you don't even have to cancel your crouch dash. You can just do the input and mix opponents up, right? And Rising 2-2, one of my favorite moves, as you know, it wall splats. So you can wave rule them into the wall, hit confirm 2-2, wall splat, and continue a combo. Usually I just hard duck and then 2-2, but now I can officially just wave rule, and just kind of keep attacking them with that. And then once I get that hit, boom, wall splat. So yeah, it is pretty dirty now. Like, that is kind of insane. King has always been able to do those things, but now that we have a legit Mishima wave dash, it's going to be a lot more effective and a lot more scarier for the opponent. So always keep that in fact. Once you get this timing down, because I know for everyone it's not going to be easy right away, but I've practiced enough to where I can do it a consistent amount of times. So first off, I would just start out with that, right? Start out slow, and then once you get the timing down, try to get 1 or 2, maybe 3, and then maybe trying to speed it up over time. If you guys want a tutorial on how to crouch dance fully, definitely let me know and I can get more into that. But for now, I'm just going to talk about the mix-ups. So besides the fact that you can do all of his rising moves, right, the best one, which would be cool, is his gut punch, but it's a little bit harder to do, right? You would most likely have to hold down or down back to get that full crouch, even though it comes out a lot faster now with the update. You see that? There's a little hiccup, right? So you would probably have to wave, hold down back, and then move your finger over to down forward for that full crouch. But for the most part, just using your rising 4, rising 2, and just keep doing that over and over, you're going to destroy your opponents with that simple mix-up alone. So his Waivu is very, very useful and very strong when it comes to mixing up your opponent, just like a Mishima, but easier because you don't have to cancel your wave dash to get your rising move. You can just do it. You can just do it anytime just by hitting the simple button, which is insane. Really insane. Next, let's talk about his Jaguar Run 1. So, as you know, you can get shoulder into alley kick. You can get down back 3. You can get up forward 2. You can also get down 3. You can go up to down 4. But as far as chunky damage, doing the people's elbow, doing down back 3, and doing up forward 2 are going to be your more damaging options that I would stick to. If you ever want to mix it up, I would stick to those 3, and then anything else is kind of up to you in that front. But that's usually what I like to do. Those are the options I would go for. But another trick you can do is when the opponent is getting up, you can do full forward 2. So now that we have a wave dash, there's 2 options. So you can either wait a little bit and try to catch them on wake up, right? It's just a timing thing, right? As you see, if you're too early, it won't hit, right? They're gonna still be on the ground, like that. So once you do that, you can get a guaranteed launch, right? So now with the wave dash option, like that, you see that? So they woke up and it was blocked, and now I'm +7. So yeah, that is going to be dirty. Look at that. It seems to be way more consistent when I do the wave dash. Because what I would do is I would kind of just wait a little bit and then do full 4-2. But now after Jaguar Run 1, you just wave dash and you're going to get your mix up, right? Just like that. It's truly, truly insane. So let me show you a launch. Boom. That's a light combo, but it works. You can also do forward 2, down 1-2. Oops, too close. Just like that. Look at that, 77 damage plus, right? Because of the mix-up that it gave you that. All that from being able to wave into your full 4-2 and catching them on wake up is insane. And you can also, if you time it correctly, you can actually get back 1-2 instead of back 3. It's just a little weird on the angle. For consistency, I would go for back 3, but you can do back 1-2 as well. So, and the crazy part is, there's kind of 3 things you can do in this situation. When you knock them down and wave into 4-4-2 like this, right? You can also hop kick in that situation, right? And then look, when that happens, when you catch them and they block it, you're +7. So you can get a free giant swing. So if they jab, they will have to break the grab. You can get a muscle buster as well, because it's around the same frame, 10 or 11. So yeah, it is pretty dirty now, because you could do it previously before by just waiting for them to get up. But now with the wave rule, it gets you way closer to the opponent, and you can get that 4-4-2 a lot more consistently. So it is dirty how you can just wake up with that and destroy your opponent, right? By getting this, right? Just like that. It's insane. It is insane. So let's see if I can show you guys the other scenario. So if you hit the opponent like that, you see that? If you hit the opponent just like that, too early, 4-2-1, you can still get it on wake up. So yeah, the fact that there are 3 scenarios that you can benefit from is insane. So I would definitely recommend learning this wave dash, because you will get so much damage and kill your opponents for just getting off the ground after doing your running 1. Okay, so I would advise you guys try that out. Okay, also a similar wake up situation. If you get counter hit full forward 1, right, you would go for the same options, right? You would go for people's elbow into atlas kick, or you would go for down back 3 and then maybe try to catch them with some type of mix up. You can also get up forward 2 in most cases. So, but with the tech I just explained, you can do the same thing. You can get full forward 2 and catch them on wake up. Okay. Look at all that damage. Deleted. Their health was deleted. So not only off of Jaguar run 1, but also off forward 1 counter hit, you can get the same mix up by wave dashing into his forward 2, catching them on wake up, and then launching them fully. So it is very, very dirty. Another option you can do, but I would advise to just go for the guaranteed damage, but just want to give you more options, because more options is always better. But if you get counter hit down 4-2-1, as you all know, you can actually do the same 4-4-2 mix up, right? Whoops. Getting a little rusty. So just like that, you can see you get your plus frames, but if you time it correctly, just like that, you can wake them up. In this case, you don't even have to wave dash. You can just catch the opponent off guard by just doing 4-4-2 on wake up and get a lot of damage, right? So it's either you can go for the guaranteed damage, or you can go for that 4-4-2 mix up. So, and mind you, they buffed 4-4-2. So not only if they block it, you're plus. If they get caught with it, guaranteed crouch grab. If they get caught with it, back turn is a full launch. So this move is meaty. Okay, they made it better. It already was good. You could do these mix-ups, but with the addition of the wave dash, with the addition of the plus frames on 4-4-2 on block, it gives you way more advantages for King to just be stronger and be mixing up all your throws even better than before. Another change they made with King is his muscle armor 2. So now when it hits, you stay a lot closer to the opponent. If you see the frames, plus 35. So you can get a free grab mix up. So yeah, they made this even better than before. So now the opponent's a lot closer. You can get your grab of any kind, honestly, just because of how plus it is after you know, initiating the heat engager. So this move is definitely one of King's best moves, and I would advise to use it as much as you can. And also it absorbs attacks. And one trick I would advise people who use this is let the animation play out. If you activate his muscle armor and then try to attack while they're attacking, there's a high chance that you will lose the trade, right? But if you let the animation play, they attack you, you will see King absorb it, and once the string finishes, you can then throw out the attack, or depending on how negative the move is, right? If Kazuya throws out like a full 4-3, which I believe, let's see if it's around the same amount of frames. So as you see, that move comes out at 10 frames, and if you look on the left side, whoops, this move comes out at 15. So if Kazuya throws out a move that's around 15 frames, right, and I absorb the hit, let the animation play out, you'll get a full punish. So, and if you're in heat, that's a full launch as well, right? I would assume a lot of people have tested this out, but I'll be completely honest. I reached Tekken King and I barely used the muscle armor move. I started to use this slightly more and more just because of certain matchups. But yeah, this move is insane. You can absorb so many attacks and activate heat, get a launcher, get them off of you, throw off your opponent by just simply activating this, letting the animation play out. But if you're in the open, you can just jab. You can just, if you quickly, you can also, whoops, you can also giant swing if you time it correctly, like that. Kind of get your opponent off guard. So it's a really useful move. I would definitely use this a lot, kind of to scare your opponents, throw it out, quickly move, and you can also run by just hitting 3+4, right? And this also has armor as well. Get your running one, going for the 4-4-2 mix up, and now you're just cooking, right? All these things will stack up with each other, and you can create some crazy gameplay with King. You can have so much fun and start deleting the health. And this is without some of the throws, right? This is just all based off his wave mix up, catching them off the ground with 4-4-2. It's all just there for you, right? And also them buffing forward 3 as well, that I forgot to mention, but it is in my other video talking about the update. This forward 3 is DDT. It's way easier to do now. See, I can look away, you know, and I can still get it. They made it easier, right? Because they nerfed the Okie, right? King is -6 now when you get the DDT. But think about it, it's safe. So you can just wave over and over, forward 3, over and over, and it's going to eventually get your opponent, and you'll get that damage, and you can go for a mix-up if you like. So I would say that's all I have to kind of provide. I wanted to give a mix of what I've learned, but also kind of focus on the current update of Tekken 8 for King, so that you guys can utilize these moves as much as you can. Start getting everybody with these dirty mix-ups, start learning your wave dash, start to wave in everybody's face into giant swing, and so on. Because that's kind of what you're gonna have to do. The more advanced you get with King, you're gonna be able to wave dash into these mix-ups, these mids, these lows, and then also you can mix up by just waving to giant swing, you know. So it can get crazy, you know. You can also do muscle buster, wavy, you know. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoy these tips and tricks, and be expecting more from me. Definitely let me know if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.